The effects of inflation on the economy and how it is affecting your business. Introduction. The basics of inflation and what it means for your business. Inflation is a general increase in the price of goods and services. Inflation is typically measured by looking at the average price of a basket of goods. The effect inflation has on your business depends on how your business operates. If you are in a service-based industry, inflation will have an effect on prices and revenue. If you are in manufacturing, it will affect costs and how much profit you make on each product sold. What exactly is inflation? Many people are wondering, what is inflation? Inflation is a general increase in the prices of goods and services over time. It is a consequence of the law of supply and demand. Inflation will continue to be a problem as long as there are competing wants for limited resources, such as oil, ore, or wheat. Inflation is a phenomenon of rising prices caused by an increase in the supply of money. This means that there are more dollars chasing the same amount of goods and services. As a result, prices for goods and services go up. There are three types of inflation. 1. Cost push inflation. When the price of goods or services rise because they become more expensive to produce, for instance when oil prices go up. 2. Demand pull inflation. When demand for goods and services rise faster than supply, causing prices to go up, for instance when there is a sudden spike in demand for gas. 3. Inflation due to economic growth. When economic growth causes people to have higher incomes than before, which leads them to spend more money. How inflation can disrupt the balance in personal finance and investments. Inflation is a very significant economic factor that affects the balance in personal finance and investments. Inflation can disrupt the balance in personal finance because it increases the prices of goods and services. It also decreases the purchasing power of money, which means that it takes more money to purchase the same amount of goods or services. Inflation can disrupt the balance in investments because it reduces their value over time. This is because inflation causes prices to increase, which means that investors will be able to buy less goods or services with their investment over time. This leads to inflation because it's getting harder to afford things. Why it's important to keep a close eye on the world's inflation levels. In conclusion, it is important to keep an eye on inflation levels around the world. This is because they affect how much we earn and can make countries poorer. As a result, it's important to stay informed about the world's inflation levels to help influence our economy for the better.